How's it going, YouTube? I'm doing outstanding, and today I'm working with my buddies Noah and Andrew, and we're going to be writing a story. We're going to try to follow the hero's journey here, and you can see we've got our names in different colors here, so you can tell who's writing, what sentence. I'm Sebastian. I'm writing in red. Noah?
I'm Noah, and I'm writing in blue.
I'm Andrew, and I'm writing in green.
This is accurate. So, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to write yet. Obviously, it's still called working title. So, I don't know if we'll come up with the title first or what, but we're basically just going to try to follow the general gist of the hero's journey, which, if you don't know what that is, it's just a basic writing scheme that you see in things like The Hobbit or The Odyssey or the Iliad, or really most hero-based things, especially in American literature, actually. It's like all the hero stories pretty much end up the same way. You've got your call to adventure, which you usually have a reluctant hero. You've got a little bit of supernatural aid, a threshold with guardians. Then they meet a helper or a mentor. They go through challenges and temptations. They go through the revelation, which is their abyss, death, and rebirth. They go through transformation, atonement, and then gift of goddess, and return to where they were at the beginning, but a changed person. So we're just going to try to do something kind of like that. Yep, that's where we are. So I guess I'll start this. So do we want to come up with a title, or do we want to just describe the character or the scenery, or what do you want to start off with?
I think the title should be done later, is what I'd recommend.
I didn't hear you.
I would recommend the setting first.
Okay, what did Andrew say?
He said we should work on the title later.
Oh, okay. So, setting. That's a good question. I do kind of like the idea of something similar to The Mandalorian, where it's like sci-fi but also not sci-fi.
Yeah.
So, do we want to go classic D&D intro, like in a pub?
Well, I think we should brainstorm. Should you want to brainstorm plot elements at all and that kind of stuff, or do you want to just go straight for it and start writing? Because it might sound better if we brainstorm other things first. I don't know.
That is true. I mean, I don't want to outline too much because I think that it's going to sound a little jarring, but I do want to do it, line by line. But we should still have some idea of what we're doing, I guess.
Yeah. I might. Yeah.
So, but first, we're trying to describe the scenery that we're in. Do we want to start in a pub, or do we want to start somewhere else? Like,
why don't we start in?
I'm gonna brainstorm. Can I write down stuff if I'm down here? Is that cool?
Sure.
Well, if you want to do the Mandalorian thing, why don't we could start it in like a bounty office?
I mean, I'm not going to make him a Mandalorian. I'm just saying he happens to be in a similar-esque universe. Not that universe, though. It's not Star Wars.
Right. No.
It's just a sci-fi mixed with not sci-fi. Fantasy, that's the word I'm looking for.
How ordinary do you want to make the person?
I mean, he's going to be a reluctant hero, so probably fairly ordinary.
Yeah, but like he could be like a farmer and he just never expected to do anything crazy, or he could be like not a politician, but something like that where his life is great and he's successful in a small manner, and then he ends up having to save the world, that kind of thing.
I like the farmer idea.
Yeah.
Because that way, he has some reason to be, bulkier than the average guy.
Yeah.
What
occupations I can think of?
What type of farmer would he be? Like, what does he farm?
Moisture farmer.
No, it's not going to be a moisture farmer. So I do want him to be on more of a lush planet, if we do choose that. Just because that's what I like.
You could have an avatar. What are the flying beasts called?
The flying bisons?
Ones? Yeah, it'd be something like that. Like something big and...
Something big and alien.
Big and alien. Yeah. Like, it could be just like a shepherd, basically someone who keeps track of them.
Let's say that he takes care of... Oh, man, I don't know. Radioactive cows. Um, I don't know. I don't know. What is a Kagila?
I'm making it up because
Okay.
we're making it up.
Sure, but we're still gonna want to figure out, how to describe said animal. What is a Kagila?
It's whatever you want it to be. I mean, literally just made it up.
It sounds like a
I think
tarantula.
that
Okay.
is,
What's a cow sounding thing?
Bovula.
What
Yeah.
the heck was that?
Kogla. No, you can't do Kogla.
Oogie. Andre.
Oh my goodness. Everybody's I don't think I spelled it right anyway.
So radioactive cows. This sounds dangerous. Is this like radioactive to some things?
No, I was joking about radioactive.
Okay.
How about this? We will do Bovula. They are cow spider mixes. He gets
Ooh, that sounds
the web
scary.
and the milk.
Oh, that's weird, but yeah, I can see it.
And they're called
Okay.
Bovula.
I think
Bovine
we
and
need to draw this
tarantula.
out. I think we
What?
need to draw this out.
You're going to try to draw that?
Yeah, you want me to?
No, I was asking if you were.
I want to, yes.
Okay. All
I'll work on it. I'm gonna go to MS Paint,
right.
and then I see a place I can just save it to my computer.
All right. So I'm going to write the first line.
Yeah.
I just have to think of how I want to necessarily phrase this because it's like your intro line has to mean something. No, it's not a desert.
I feel like it should be like Scotland or something. Like big mountains, grassy.
No,
Doesn't have to be as
no, stop. It's got to be a mountainous range. If I can, here, let me open up Paint. I'll draw up something generic real quick. Where's Paint? There's Paint. So let's see. How do I want to do this?
Okay, we should probably keep on talking. So
Yes.
basically, I'll just describe what I'm doing if that's cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I feel like 8 legs is a bit creepy. I mean, we're not necessarily having artwork, but we can for this. But like maybe 6 legs or something like that. It's basically I don't know. I'm just gonna like do. It's gonna look very weird, but it is MS Paint, so I feel like people's expectations aren't too bad, hopefully. But basically, I'm gonna have it be like a lot more chunky than a spider, not as spindly, more friendly. You want these to not be like things you're terrified of, because this is a peaceful part of the story. You want it to be something that is like alien, but kind of friendly. Like was it Yappa or the thing that Thing
Appa.
had? Appa? Did I
Appa.
say it right?
APPA.
Yeah.
Appa.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe a bit more weird than that. Yeah. So do something like that. So you're thinking mountain?
Yeah. So I'm drawing out some land right now in Paint. It's not looking good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in order to make something look good, it takes a while. So.
Know what? Static.
Oh, I'm hearing so much static right now. Yeah.
Just
I'm hearing
metric tons of static right there.
Yeah. Oh my! And someone just threw something.
All right.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
I have no idea what that was.
Okay.
1 second. I need to go investigate.
Okay. So while we're figuring that out, so you said like a spider cow is kind of what I'm going for?
Sort of, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this. Man. I'll do like an overhead view, I guess.
Yeah, it's tricky, I know. Cool. So our person is gonna be human, or just close enough to human?
Yeah, he's gonna be human.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks kind of like a spider cow, and I want to make it kind of woolly, I guess. I don't know.
What? No. Well, yeah, I guess they would have some because it's tarantulas, but
Yeah.
Whatever that noise was, I have no idea what it was. The nothing has fallen.
Okay. Huh. Weird. this is gonna be a very cartoony and rudimentary drawing, but at least we
Hmm.
can enough detail that we can describe it in the story.
Oh, also, next time you hear static, go to Discord and see whose icon's lighting up.
It was yours.
Okay.
There we go. Now we've got. You guys still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to draw and talk. Okay, so basically, all right. I'm just gonna say this, but
Maybe
basically,
that'll fix it.
Sebastian, you should try talking.
Testing.
Oh, I'm just to entertain the viewers.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I try to keep on talking, but I can't
Yes.
carry it all myself.
Yes, that is true. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, they're seeing my screen, so they're seeing me draw at least. So
Okay, cool.
it's not so bad.
Or
Basically,
just take down notes of whatever you're saying if it's relevant.
Let's see.
I should be able to go to this, and then this.
Okay. So, I will. I'll put this in the Discord so you guys can see it as well. But basically, the idea is that he lives in a relatively mountainous region next to a river.
Boom.
And
Did it.
he's got, a small house there with a large area for the Bovulas to roam.
Yeah.
So,
I got my spider cow. You like it?
I don't see it.
It's on the second page.
Oh, that's
Second page.
interesting.
What
Yeah.
second page?
There's a second page if you scroll down because he pressed enter a lot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, second page of this. Oh, looks better than I was expecting.
Bovula. Bovula, not with an F. Okay, so Bovula.
Also, that takes up like so much space.
I know. Why?
Just can you just paste it in the Discord instead?
Yeah, I would do that in there. And yeah.
So I have to delete it.
It does technically need 8 legs though because it is, a spider.
Okay.
The other two are it's incisors. They're not actually incisors. They're grabbers.
I see.
It walks on 6 legs, but it grabs with 2.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So we don't have a name for our character yet. He's just character. But I'm gonna.
Once I pay for it.
No, his name is not gonna be John.
No, that's just placeholder.
No. If we're gonna use a placeholder, it's gotta be character. Character A, and then we'll have character 1. Anyway, no. I think we're gonna start off the story as early in the morning. What? All right. He's gonna have more than just Bovulas. I want him to have some sort of chicken hybrid as well. All the creatures will be hybrids. That's just we're confirming that right now.
Okay. Alright, so
Which is an Avatar thing, yes, but we're doing different ones than they had. So I want a rooster to wake up the character in the morning, but we have to pick some sort of chicken hybrid. What do we want to hybrid it with?
It's a chicken frog.
A chicken frog. What are you gonna call your chicken frog?
Oh, it's gonna be called a
Chog. No, it's not gonna be called a Gareth.
No,
What?
that's because it's from the region, Gareth region.
Oh, I didn't even know we were in the Gareth region. I don't know what that means, but okay.
It doesn't mean anything. Like I said, it's a word.
So you're gonna call it a Chog?
Yeah, why not?
Not a frickin'?
Maybe not. Wait,
Oh wait, why? I need to change the color. Oh, I have to go to the top.
A choff? No.
I don't know
What?
because chog sounds like a pig,
Yes, it does.
and chig sounds even more like a pig.
It also just no.
I selected the right color.
Yeah, chog is fine for now.
Sure.
Okay, and then where's the other one? Okay. weird fluffy cow spider, web and milk.
Yeah, those are the things you gather from it. A Chog produces tadpoles into eggs at the same time, somehow.
No.
No, they hatch out of an egg and they're a tadpole, and then they turn into a frog, and then they later turn into a butterfly. And
It is unknown how the Chog came to be in the first place. But,
Yep.
Right.
Nice. But there we go. All right, so
How long is the day? Do we want 24 hours, or do we want more or less?
Unknown. I feel like it should be unknown.
It shouldn't be unknown. This
65
character
units.
has lived here for long enough.
No, but you don't need to tell the readers that. I mean, you can.
It'll be 26
I guess.
hours.
Right.
Or
I think
60 of their units.
If it's gonna start in the middle of the morning, it shouldn't just be like Once Upon a Time was a farmer.
No.
It should be like cock-a-doodle-doo, and it's like I begrudgingly.
We'll change the name of the unit at some point.
Shout out to Gareth and threw my bottle of beer at
Early morning in the Gareth region. We
So-
can also change the name of the things as well.
We're not going to do it literally sentence by sentence because I want to finish at least
So we are
the part of
having
it. What?
So we are having a narrator then. So we're doing first person, third person, like a script. How are we doing?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
If
we'll
we
need
could
a
just-
narrator because I'm not going to do a full animation for this because none of us are animators.
Yeah.
I guess I
I
should
said,
at
yeah.
least denote that it is a narrator. I just don't want, the narrator to explain every bit of the story, but I can see it being useful to introduce the story.
Yeah.
You could have like a weatherman on TV saying today as forecast is like this and this, and
Mm.
explaining what it's like, and then some elements of what's going on, and then have him like hear the cooing of the cocking. What's it called? Cock-a-doodle doing of the
Oh, frickin'.
of a cricket. And then he could be like begrudgingly getting that or something like that. I feel like we should just start writing something.
Well, I am writing.
Okay.
It is a crisp early morning in the Gareth region. Character 1's Chog begins croaking to show
not like my
the
Weatherman
sunrise.
idea?
What?
You don't like the weatherman idea?
What Weatherman idea?
Oh,
Well, no, I heard it. So it's, I mean, we could, but I feel like he's waking up before the news is even on.
Yeah.
Like he's
Well,
going to go
well-
tend his animals.
What? Okay, that's something else that we need. About what era it is it, like, relative to us?
Well, I definitely think it should be all over the place as far as
Yeah.
not
It-
a definite era. But
Yeah, there's no
it's
definite
sort
era.
of technology.
Yeah, but
advanced
something that-
technology. Yeah. Does he have TV? Question.
So did you guys? So I know Andrew watched the weird anthology series with me. Noah, did you ever see the Love, Death, Robots?
yes.
Okay, so do you remember the one where they had the giant automatas, and they were like fighting the creatures coming out of the portals?
Yeah, the mech one.
Yeah. So I think that's a kind of
yeah.
good
I know what
draw
you're
to
talking
where
about.
we are. It's like, yes, things are still, farmy, but they're also like giant mechs that they're using, with like laser guns and shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're doing here. So there's
And I
no
would say-
real era of tech.
And I would say even more, because that one is like definitely could be Earth's future. And I would say to make it even more better, like the Mandalorian or whatever, is we'll just have weird things as well. If that makes sense. If not,
I don't
can just
I don't know if you
better.
guys noticed, but I said that. I wrote show that the sunrise is rising. Because I feel like it might be hard to figure out what a chog is, unless otherwise denoted. So it is a crisp early morning in the Gareth region. Character 1's chog hops on top of a fence.
So just so you know, it's not going to sound good to write John, but that might be a good placeholder only because it's really easy to change the name if we have something really short. If that makes sense, because you can literally, technically, you can just highlight over it or whatever function it is, and just change everything that has that name in it. Or character 1, we might not.
I know. All right, fine.
Yeah.
We will. So I wanted to set it to something that probably won't get caught up in something else. So for now, we'll just call him Ulysses. No, wait, that would sound weird with the S. I guess Jonathan, because that's a little bit longer. That's not how you spell Jonathan. How do you spell Jonathan?
Jon.
How many times will we say the word character?
There we go.
Yeah, okay, there's no H.
We probably won't say it much, but it's okay. It is a crisp morning in the Gareth region. Jonathan's Chog hops onto the fence and begins to croak to show that the sun is rising. Who wants to take the second line? I say Noah because he's the next one.
If you want to make this name sound less English, you could just do Jonah. Or
we'll figure out a real name for him later.
Yeah, I know. Okay, cool. Jonathan. All
right. Let me change my color because what I said we should do doesn't actually work.
Also, instead of Gareth region, let's say he lives just outside of Gareth town.
But that's not a very good name for a town, though.
Town names are literally made up and nobody cares.
Yeah, but Gareth doesn't sound very good.
What? It sounds fine.
How about just Gara?
No. Gareth sounds fine. It is a crisp morning.
Why am I not able to do green?
Town of Gareth.
That's weird. I don't know why. Whatever.
Wait, who changed it to crispy?
You should do spicy. It is a spicy.
Yeah.
It is a crisp morning in the town of Gareth.
Crispy morning.
Thick fog.
Sorry. It is a crisp morning in the town of Gareth. There's a thick fog. Jonathan's Chog hops onto the fence and begins to croak to show that the sun is rising.
Yep.
Should he, is the Chog something that's annoying? Does he not like it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Bit.
Is the Chog something that he doesn't like? It's like
no.
It's
It's something that
and there's an alarm clock and you like slap it.
Yeah.
No. It's like an assistance thing. He's a farmer, so he appreciates it.
Okay. Because like an alarm clock, you appreciate it. You just don't like it when you get up.
Yeah, I was thinking he'd like throw something out the window and it would scare it.
So we should have his what's it called? Character, his attitude change, right? I mean, not as much as like Scrooge, but like it's probably better if that's the result of what happens, right? Do you want him to be kind of like depressed on life a little bit and just kind of melancholy?
No. I think he should be. I think he should think that he is fulfilled where he is now. Because
you want him to be like less brave or something, or scared of things, or like
no. I think he's a confident guy. I mean, he just lives alone. He's a farmer. So he's gonna have muscles. He's not really gonna be afraid of much.
So how do you want him to develop?
It's a good question.
Change or whatever.
Maybe he's. I don't know.
Different things that can change. I mean, like he can be, like for example, Neo in the Matrix. He just didn't know as much about. He was curious, and then he kind of realized that the world he was actually in is awful, but he realized he had to save it. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think he lives out in the country. He doesn't really go out or do anything. He just tends to his farm all day. He doesn't know anybody.
Yeah. More quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows the general townsfolk, like the people that he would go in to sell or to buy stuff. And maybe there's like one person that he's fond of.
Maybe he could have the personality of he doesn't want to get involved in anything, because the whole hero's journey, one of the stages you said
not
was
interested.
Yes.
Refusal of the call, right?
Yes.
So you can make him that he doesn't want to. It's like basically how hobbits don't want to go out and do an adventure. He could be like that, and then he's forced to do an adventure.
Yeah. So it's going to be something like that. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna write that down just so I don't forget it.
You know, you could just say he stretches.
Yeah, and also just so you know, I feel like one thing we shouldn't do is spell out things too much for him. We should, like, for example, it's fine doing one more line of narrator, but we probably shouldn't do too much more. We shouldn't be like, he does this, he does this, he does that. At some point, he should speak, and we just have to infer what's going on by the words that he's saying. It's easy to type like we are right now, but if you want to make it have more depth, yeah. I'm not great at writing, so I'm not saying you're doing bad.
Noah, make sure you tag who's talking.
What?
Notice at the beginning of mine, it says narrator.
Oh. Well, it's still a narrator.
So you should... Well, yes, but we're each writing our own line, so you should... Because you're doing it in a different color, it might not necessarily appear as, one line.
That may be a little confusing, though, when we actually have to read it, though.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. It's okay.
We're doing it like that?
I guess. It's okay.
So one thing to mention if we are doing it like that, when we're reading it like a script, if we did it like this, there would be a pause in between.
Oh, yeah, there would be a pause.
So you want there to be a pause. So in the future, if you don't want there to be a pause, how do you want to do it? Because that might be something that we not want to do.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Figure it out later, I guess.
Yeah, if it comes up.
The creature is silent.
It just shows early morning.
Well, we don't know what the unit of time is here, so we can't just say 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I guess we could.
You just literally make up something. It shows 7 parsecs.
No, it's a Minecraft clock, so it just shows 13. The sun.
1/4 of a cycle.
It shows a slice of blue, and he sighs.
Okay, is that the end of your line, or you want me to wait?
I don't think that'll... Okay. It's for now. For now, that's fine. Here, I'll put a asterisk in front of things that I'm going to edit later.
Alright, so his name is Jonathan. So, wait. I need to green. Touch the green.
Also, just so that you guys know, and I'm talking to the audience, not you guys, this particular episode is only going to be about the call to adventure. So we do eventually have to get there, and we've got 3 minutes.
Just to make sure, is he the only one in his farm?
Yes, he lives alone.
Okay, so honestly, maybe he wouldn't even talk. He's just thinking. Normally, if he lived with somebody, he would call out to somebody or say something, but you wouldn't normally talk.
I would say that he probably talks to his animals in a friendly tone.
Yeah. Yes, but so the thing is, unless he's talking to the Chog, I don't think there's anything for him to talk to just yet.
Well, no, I mean, he's going to go tend to his bovulas right now.
Alright, so what is the call to adventure going to be?
We don't know yet.
I have something to say first about Jonathan. So, as far as structuring the story, you guys know first person, second person, third person, right? What the differences are?
Well, first person is he's talking. Third person is like the narrator is talking.
He.
And then you. Like second person is somebody else is witnessing what Jonathan is doing and talking.
Yes. So basically, here's the thing. If he is not going to talk much, it might be better to have it in first person, saying, I don't know if I should do this, or I guess I should get
Well, if there's a narrator...
So
having them talk in first person,
very prominent.
What you can do is if you don't want him to say it out loud, just put
okay.
Just do that.
Yes. Okay. If we have a narrator, we can't have him talk in the first person.
So how would we, when we eventually speak this out, or it's called script, like talk about it, voice act? How would I do that?
Well, you would just be talking.
Yeah.
I would just say it. I would just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the characters around him would not react to it because they can't hear it.
Okay.
And so usually what they do in like TV shows and whatnot is they apply some sort of filter over the voice so that it's in his head.
Like a reverb.
Yep.
Okay. So all right. And do you want to, since we're going to be using probably thinks to himself a lot, do I want to use that whole phrase every single time?
You could just say thought. or thinking?
Well, use thinking to himself for the first one. After that, we'll just put T.
Thinking.
Or TTH, thinking to himself or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, TTH.
Yeah, okay. He rolls out of bed and calls out at the creature, silencing it. Let's see, I'm going to read the whole thing. It is a crisp morning in the town of Heroes. There's a thick fog. Jonathan's Chog hops onto the fence and begins to... What?
Nothing.
Jonathan's Chog hops onto the fence and begins to croak to show that the sun is rising. He rolls out of bed, calls out at the creature. Okay, silencing it. He stretches and grabs his timepiece from the bedside table. It shows a slice of blue, and he sighs. I think... Well, we can... No, it's fine. We'll just correct it later. It's not a big deal. It's just nitpicking. Okay, so...
Correct what later?
Oh, slice of blue, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's why I have the little things.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think he should tend to his animals first thing in the morning, and then we'll maybe have him go to town and something happens there that may call him to adventure.
I would also not have him think to himself another day at the farm.
Wait, why?
I don't, at least when I'm thinking to myself, I don't say another day of work. I'm just saying,
A good thing to do, I feel like, is correcting after I write something down. Because if I don't have anything down, it's hard for me to...
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
So what I'm thinking of, and you can continue writing this, should be no problem.
Okay. It's hard, if you're going to be talking about what I'm writing, it's going to be hard for me to write. I'll just say that.
Well, I'm talking about something other than what you're writing.
Okay.
It's just I don't want the audience to just sit here in silence while you slowly type.
Just talk to Noah. Just don't have I need to listen, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what I'm imagining is later on in the day, he's going to go to town. And something there will call him to adventure. And I'm thinking it's going to be soldiers of some kind messing with the townspeople. Like,
What's happened? Whoa.
Control Z. Somebody's Control Z. Somebody deleted everything. Don't ever do that again.
I did not do that. Andrew did that.
I just typed in bacon.
You must have hit a button on accident. Because C is cut, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway.
Shoot, what was I saying? Right, so I'm thinking maybe some soldiers have come to the town and are not being friendly to the townsfolk.
And then he gives them a right whooping.
No, he just ignores it.
Oh, and then somebody comes up to them and says, "Hey, they're stealing our stuff for no reason." Then he's just like not interested.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they start messing with his stuff, and then he gets interested.
Yeah.
So the story's going to be about him learning to care about other people?
Sure. I'll wait until you're done with the sentence, but I already have things to note.
Just come up with something. Just random.
I mean, I could just do the first thing that pops in my mind, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Must be a combination, though.
I'll put things... Scythe the hay? Whatever, it's fine. I'm just thinking to myself. I'm speaking out loud to myself.
I already have like 6 edits.
I know. That's the thing. Is that like I can't. If I don't write the first thing I say, it's going to sound very choppy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now we just have to find things that would work in the universe.
So, I think that the first note is that I don't know if he would say today I've got to feed the boves because it's something he does every day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like going to the market.
Yeah, get feed for the boves would be fine. I would also prefer if he calls them by their full name.
Why?
I don't know. Calling them boves seems weird.
Bobs. I mean, I would say bobs, but yeah.
I think it's probably fine because shorthand in his situation is. I think it's fine. We use shorthand all the time, sometimes.
I don't know any animal that I shorthand.
Well, cows is a shorthand.
Of what?
Cattle.
But a single cow is not a cattle. It is a cow.
Yes.
Herd would be fine. Yeah. So usually farmers call it feed, not food.
Okay, that's fine.
Like chicken feed. What?
My editing technique. It's a placeholder to show that you need to change it later.
Yeah, harvest is better than scythe.
I don't even,
Would he need to? We're thinking. I'm saying that if it's a thick fog, crispy morning, it's probably sometime in fall. So it could be harvesting time.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's also early in the morning, so it's more likely to have fog than a different time of the day.
I think crisp would be like early spring.
Crisp is definitely a fall thing.
Yeah, it's both, but definitely it's not just spring.
I intended it as fall.
I feel like since this should be more entertaining than just a normal day, maybe something he had to do is like harvest or something like that. A relatively
well
he's thinking of.
So I think one of the parts with harvesting is that is more than a day's worth of activity.
Right. That's just I mean, like you can have a smaller harvest the crops. Yeah, I know. It's. I mean, but the thing is, it could also mean, like for example, chopping wood. If you chop down a forest, sure, that takes years, but you can still chop trees down. That's one of the tasks.
Well, so the interesting thing for today is going to be what happens in town. I think he just needs to tend to the crops today. I don't think he should have to harvest them. But I also, maybe he's just a animal farmer. Maybe he doesn't do the whole thing.
Well, he still needs food, though.
Well, yeah, but there's a town.
Yeah, that's fine.
He could still tend to certain plants. I'm sure he might have some.
All right.
But let's...
And...
Yes. It can't be a pre-existing creature. So, like, no cows, chickens, frogs, or tarantulas.
Okay, so what we're doing is combining two earth animals that already exist. Does the name of them have to be a combination of those two names, or can it just be something?
I mean, that's what we've done so far.
Well, bovula is not the same as cow and is it tarantula?
Bovine.
Is that what?
Bovine and tarantula.
What's a bovine?
Bovine is what you call a cow.
I don't call a cow bovine.
No,
they are in the same way that a cat is a feline, a cow is a bovine.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Like canine.
You could call the Troggin a vrog because
so
it's an avian.
Okay, all right. So what?
Oh, you mean
sleeping horse?
Vrog.
Well, no, it would be like an avrog because ave and rog.
Oh, that sounds better than chog anyway. I think that's fine.
All right. Well, fix that. Jesus Christ.
Avrog.
Here, what's the scientific term for a frog?
Oh, here, I'll look it up. Anura.
Interesting.
Spelled Anura.
It depends on the frog, it seems. Because, like,
also,
a toad is like a
lot of-
Bufonidae. But they're all
That sounds even
amphibia.
better.
Avura?
Avura.
We definitely, in order to find the right name, it's going to take a lot of our time. So I just want to let you know that.
Sure, yes.
Already,
Honestly,
I'm realizing it's gonna take a while.
I don't think we're going to make it to the call to adventure today because we are already at 40 minutes. But I think what we've done
gosh.
is good. How do you get Aang from horse?
What?
What? Mustang.
Ah, Shipang.
Well,
Oh, maybe,
be like sheep
here.
or shorts or something like that.
There's...
Ovis.
Also,
Aries.
how much? Here's another question. How much are we going to be correcting to make it perfect or sound great? Good. At what you know? What I'm saying?
so horses are equine, by the way, not...
Okay. Well,
But there are foals, fillies, colts, mares, stallions. Anyway.
Here, hold up.
How do you spell equine?
Sebastian. So on correcting it, how are we going back and making it better later or no?
Well, yes.
Queen.
So when you go and write a story, at least from the English classes I taught, you are pretty much always correcting it. I mean, I've rewritten stories 10 or more times.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of times also in English classes I learned that you should just write down your thoughts and try to get it all out and don't be overcorrecting at the very beginning. Especially at essays and whatnot.
So I think that works fine if you're writing your story on your own. But since we're all working together, I think it's better to correct things early on so that we all have a better idea going forward.
Yes.
Yeah. If you also want it to not just be a short story that's like not much flow and whatever, we should, it should be on a spectrum.
What do you mean?
So at one end you spend hours trying to correct one sentence. At the other end you just have random crap everywhere. So it's somewhere in that spectrum.
Yeah, well, I want things to make sense to begin with, so we're only in the beginning part, so we're gonna have a bit of a rough start because we've never really done this together like this. So I think one thing that we have determined so far, at least me and Noah, is the naming of the animals is usually not the direct name of the animal. Like originally it was a chog, but now it's not because we changed it. But that's kind of the naming pattern we want to follow throughout the future because it gives it kind of a sciencey name, but also an alien name.
Yeah, it's not super obvious. I agree, it's better. So what I was gonna say is I definitely think that I would write best and get the most amount of words out if I don't have people correcting me. And the thing is, doing one at a time, it's definitely not the most efficient way for me doing it. I'll say that.
Well, we're not going for efficiency. I mean, the idea is that this is going to be 3 people working together on a single project in a weird way.
Yeah, it's very specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it will take us a long time to hit our stride, but I think it'll provide interesting content.
Okay.
So.
I don't think we should stop though, since we barely did anything.
Well, we're 45 minutes in.
Yeah, well, we could do a separate episode and record it. We could just do the session now, since I'm around.
Well, okay, yes, that's fine. So I'm gonna end the episode here then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any comments. Put them down below. Just tell me what you want to see in the story, what you think of our style. We won't be able to read it for like at least 3 episodes from now, but that's okay. Have a good one.